Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to tell you a simple story, a story about a boy who believed time was unlimited. He woke up late, wasted hours scrolling, delayed every task, and kept telling himself, "I'll start tomorrow." But years passed, and tomorrow never came. One day, he looked around and realized something painful. The world had moved forward, but he had stayed in the same place. This boy is not someone far away. At some point in life, that boy exists inside all of us. We think we have plenty of time. We think opportunities will wait for us. We think success will knock twice. But time does not stop for anyone. Time is fair. It gives everyone 24 hours, but it does not treat everyone equally. It rewards only those who respect it. The lazy boy kept dreaming of a better future but refused to invest even 1 hour to build it. He didn't understand that every minute wasted becomes a regret and every minute used becomes a seed for success. One day, he met an older mentor who told him something that changed his life forever. You don't lose time. Time loses you. And once time leaves, it never returns. Those words woke him up. He realized that dreams without action are just wishes. He decided to do one thing: wake up 1 hour earlier and dedicate that 1 hour to building his future. Just 1 hour. That was the beginning. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. His mindset changed, his confidence grew. Opportunities that once ignored him began to appear. And soon, the boy who once wasted time became the boy who valued every second. Here's the truth. You don't need more time. You need more intention. Successful people aren't born with extra hours. They simply decide that their dreams deserve focus, not excuses. So ask yourself today, are you using your time wisely? Or is time quietly slipping away from your hands? Remember this: when you respect time, time rewards you. When you waste time, time punishes you. The value of time is not in the clock, it's in your choices. And your future will be shaped not by what you want, but by what you do with the time you have right now. Time is the only resource you can't buy back, replace, or borrow, and this simple truth separates people who grow from people who remain stuck. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose a job and find another. You can lose friends, opportunities, even entire phases of your life and still rebuild from the ground up. But the moment a second passes, it becomes history, and no amount of effort, regret, or desire can bring it back. This makes time the most valuable asset you will ever own, yet the one most people treat carelessly. When you wake up each day, you receive a fresh deposit of 24 hours. It doesn't matter if you are rich, poor, talented, or struggling, everyone receives the same amount. The difference lies in how that time is used. Some invested in learning, building, improving, and moving forward. Others wasted on distractions, excuses, and temporary comforts, believing they have endless days ahead. But days turn into months, and months into years, and suddenly life reveals the truth. Time was never unlimited. What makes time so powerful is that you cannot negotiate with it. You cannot pause it, slow it down, or ask it to wait until you feel ready. It moves forward with or without your participation. People who respect this reality understand that every hour has a purpose. They make choices that serve their future rather than feed their laziness. They know that even a small step taken today is worth more than a giant leap planned for someday. When you fail to value time, you pay the price in missed opportunities, stagnant growth, and unfulfilled potential. But when you treat time as your most precious currency, you begin to see progress in places you once felt stuck. Small daily actions decide whether time becomes your friend or your enemy, because time doesn't respond to big dreams, it responds to consistent habits. Every single day, you make choices that either push you forward or quietly pull you backward. The smallest decisions, the ones you barely notice, are the ones shaping your future in the most powerful way. Waking up on time, reading for 10 minutes, working on your goals for half an hour, practicing a skill, or simply refusing to procrastinate these actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but they are seeds that grow into long-term results. Most people wait for motivation, inspiration, or the perfect time to start. But success is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built in the quiet discipline of daily effort. The person who studies for 20 minutes a day will outperform the person who studies intensely once a month. The person who exercises for 15 minutes consistently will be healthier than the person who trains hard only when they feel guilty. Small actions compound. They multiply, they turn minutes into progress, and progress into mastery. On the other hand, neglecting these small actions turns time into your enemy. Skipping one task becomes skipping a week. 1 hour wasted becomes a habit of distraction. Every day you avoid effort, your goals drift further away, and time starts working against you. You feel slower, more frustrated, and more overwhelmed. Not because life is unfair, but because small negative habits accumulated without your awareness. The truth is that time always moves in the same direction, but your actions determine whether it is pulling you upward or dragging you downward. When you use small moments wisely, time supports you. When you ignore them, time quietly erases your potential. Laziness steals opportunities long before you notice they are gone, because it works in silence. It doesn't shout, it doesn't warn, and it doesn't create immediate pain. Instead, it convinces you that delaying your efforts is harmless. It whispers that you can start tomorrow, that one more hour of rest won't make a difference, and that you have plenty of time. But while you are busy comforting yourself, the world continues to move forward, and the opportunities meant for you quietly slip into the hands of someone who was willing to act. What makes laziness dangerous is that it feels comfortable. It gives you the illusion of peace while silently damaging your progress. Every time you choose to delay, you train your mind to avoid effort. Every time you choose comfort over responsibility, you weaken your ability to take action. Opportunities rarely come with loud announcements. They appear in small chances, brief moments, and passing windows. When laziness slows you down, you miss these moments without even realizing they were available. By the time you wake up and decide to act, the internship has been filled, the job has been taken, the skill has become outdated. or the moment to grow has passed. You begin to wonder why others move ahead faster, not realizing that they simply refuse to let laziness steal their chances. Laziness doesn't just cost you time, it costs you confidence. It makes you doubt your abilities because deep down, you know you never gave your full effort. It creates regret not from failing, but from never trying. The harsh truth is that opportunities do not wait for you to feel ready. They reward those who take action, even imperfect action. And while effort builds momentum, laziness builds invisible walls between you and your future. Discipline turns ordinary minutes into extraordinary results because it transforms simple daily routines into powerful habits that shape your future. Most people believe that success requires massive effort, dramatic changes, or rare talent. But the truth is that discipline is what makes average actions produce above average outcomes. When you choose discipline, you decide that your goals are more important than your mood. You stop waiting for motivation and start relying on consistent effort. Even 5 disciplined minutes spent on the right task can create more progress than hours of unfocused work. When you apply discipline, every minute gains purpose. A disciplined student who studies a little every day builds stronger understanding than someone who crams once in a while. A disciplined worker who improves one skill daily becomes more valuable over time. A disciplined athlete who trains consistently grows faster than someone who waits to feel like it. Discipline multiplies your effort by aligning your actions with your goals. What feels small today becomes significant tomorrow because every disciplined minute compounds like interest in a bank. Without discipline, minutes slip away unnoticed. You start late, skip tasks, get distracted, and tell yourself you will catch up later. But later rarely comes. Time becomes your enemy when your actions depend on emotion rather than commitment. You feel busy, but achieve little. You want results, but avoid the steps needed to create them. That's why discipline is powerful. It eliminates excuses and turns intention into progress. Discipline also builds character. Every time you choose to stay focused, you strengthen your self-control. Every time you complete a task you didn't want to do, you grow mentally sharper. Over time, discipline becomes a habit, and that habit becomes a force that pushes you closer to your goals even on difficult days. Your future is shaped by how you use the 24 hours everyone receives equally, because time is the only resource that does not discriminate. No matter who you are, where you were born, or what challenges you face, you wake up with the same 24 hours as every successful person in the world. The difference lies in the choices made within those hours. Some people use their time to learn, grow, build, and push themselves closer to their goals. Others spend their hours in distraction, procrastination, and temporary comfort, hoping success will come without effort. But time rewards action, not intention. Every day is an opportunity disguised as ours. What you read, what you practice, what you focus on, and what you ignore, all these decisions quietly shape the direction of your life. If you dedicate even a small part of your day to improvement, those minutes build into skills, confidence, and opportunities. If you waste your hours on excuses, those lost moments turn into regret. This is why two people with the same amount of time can end up living completely different lives. One sees time as an investment. The other sees it as something to kill. The way you spend your 24 hours reflects your priorities, whether you admit them or not. If you choose discipline, your results grow. If you choose distraction, your potential shrinks. Time doesn't stop to wait for your motivation to return or your circumstances to become easier. It moves forward constantly, shaping your future based on your actions today. The truth is that your future is not determined by luck, talent, or chance as much as it is determined by how you choose to spend your daily hours. When you use time with purpose, direction, and effort, you create a future filled with growth and achievement. When you waste it, you allow your future to slip into the hands of circumstances instead of your control. In conclusion, the story of the lazy boy reminds us that time is life's greatest currency, and how we use it determines who we become. Every minute wasted is an opportunity silently lost, while every minute invested builds a stronger future. Time does not stop for excuses, laziness, or hesitation. It only rewards action, discipline, and consistency. When we recognize that our future is shaped by small daily choices, we begin to treat time with respect instead of fear. The lazy boy changed his life the moment he changed his habits, and so can anyone who decides to value every second.